Looks like someone is ready for the end of the world as we know it.
They came to the right place.
We're diving deep into your watch list of post-apocalyptic and thriller series, so let's figure out what you should binge next.
Yeah. What I love about these kinds of shows is, like, how they really make you think, about those classic what-if scenarios.
Right. It's not just surviving zombies or whatever. It's about, like, what makes us human.
Exactly.
Something's different. The children, they have the ability to see.
Okay, so to kick things off, get ready to enter the world of See on Apple TV.
See, now that's a show that doesn't mess around when it comes to, like, reimagining reality.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so used to relying on our vision, right?
Totally.
But in this show, forget about it.
You gotta use your other senses.
It's wild. Imagine navigating a whole world just by sound, by touch, even smell. It's both exhilarating and, let me tell you, kind of terrifying at the same time.
For sure. And nobody does terrifying quite like Jason Momoa. He plays Baba Voss, the leader of the Alkenny tribe. And this guy, he's not just surviving, he's thriving.
Right.
But then things get really interesting. His wife gives birth to twins, and guess what? These babies can see.
Oh yeah, the return to sight. Talk about a game changer. Suddenly, it's not just about being able to see, it's about power and hope and a whole lot of conflict.
Especially with Queen Kane in the picture. Talk about power hungry. She sees those kids as a threat to everything she's built.
Like Game of Thrones, but with a post-apocalyptic twist. The show highlights the strength and resilience of the human spirit, even in the face of incredible challenges.
Really makes you think.
How the smallest moment can change an entire world.
Kom. I sikkerhed her. Er jeg den eneste, der kan løse det? Der er ingen, der må finde Rasmus. Han er nøglen til det hele. Jeg kommer tilbage så hurtigt jeg kan. Det lover jeg.
Okay, so from a world without sight, we move to one where you better find shelter fast or risk getting caught in the rain. This Netflix series will send chills down your spine.
Oh man, The Rain is a masterclass in atmosphere. It's set in Scandinavia, but it's been ravaged by this, like, deadly virus. And this virus, it spreads through the rain.
Yeah, the scenery is beautiful, but the second those raindrops start falling, forget it. You're running for your life.
Talk about intense.
Right in the thick of it are Simone and Rasmus. They're siblings who've been hiding out in a bunker for 6 years, just clinging to hope. And when they finally come out, it's like stepping into a whole new world.
It really makes you think about, like, how we hold on to hope, even when things seem impossible.
Absolutely. And speaking of impossible, Rasmus is carrying a secret.
Oh yeah, he's connected to the virus in a way that nobody could have seen coming.
Talk about a twist. And that's where the show really gets you thinking. How far would you go to protect someone you love, even if they posed a danger to others?
Those are some tough questions, man.
Okay, so we've had a world without sight, a killer virus that spreads through rain.
I was in school when the ships came. They were really big. They blew up army bases. Then they came.
Are you ready for an alien invasion?
Bring it on.
All right then. Your next pick throws us right into the aftermath of an alien invasion with Falling Skies. You can catch this TNT classic streaming now on Max.
If you're looking for some epic battles and edge-of-your-seat action, Falling Skies is where it's at.
You've got Tom Mason, played by the incredible Noah Weil. He's thrust into the role of the leader, commanding the Second Mass, a group of survivors fighting to take back their planet.
Let me tell you, these aliens are no joke. You've got these creepy spider-like creatures called skitters, and then there are the Espheni, these, like, super advanced beings calling the shots from the shadows.
They don't mess around, but even with all the action and the sci-fi elements, at its heart, Falling Skies is a story about family.
Absolutely. Tom's love for his sons fuels everything he does. You see him making impossible choices, putting everything on the line to keep them safe.
It's those human moments, those connections that really make Falling Skies something special. It's not just about explosions and fighting aliens, it's about the people we love and what we're willing to do to protect them.
Exactly. And it reminds us that even in the darkest of times, even when everything seems lost, hope can still flicker.
This is our home. Our world.
What the hell is going on?
Your next pick drops us right into a world where technology, the very thing we depend on, becomes the enemy. Get ready to unplug with Revolution.
Oh, Revolution. That's a show that really gets you thinking, what would I do?
Right.
No internet, no cell phones, no electricity, gone. Like, completely wiped out. And the show picks up 15 years after this global blackout. Can you imagine? We're so plugged in these days.
I know, right? Sometimes I can't even find my phone charger, and I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna do? But seriously, this show makes you think about how much we rely on technology.
And how vulnerable we are without it. Revolution doesn't hold back. It shows you the raw struggle to survive, the fight for resources, the new power dynamics that emerge.
And leading the charge, we've got Charlie Matheson. She's on a mission to find her kidnapped father, and let me tell you, she's one tough cookie.
Oh yeah, Charlie's journey is amazing. You meet all these different factions, these militias vying for control, people trying to hold on to the past, others who've adapted in incredible ways.
It really paints a picture of what a world without technology might look like. There's another layer to this show, isn't there? This underlying mystery. What caused the blackout in the first place? And could it happen again?
That's the question, right? And as Charlie digs deeper, she uncovers a conspiracy that goes way beyond anything she could have imagined. It's a good reminder that even in a world that seems stripped bare, secrets and power struggles never really go away.
Secrets and power struggles. Sounds kind of familiar, right?
Right. Some things never change.
C'est quoi ce bordel?
Let's talk about Into the Night.
Into the Night. This one is a wild ride from start to finish. Imagine this. You're on a red-eye flight, and suddenly you realize that daylight is deadly.
Wait, what?
Yeah. The sun, the thing that gives us life, is now the enemy.
Talk about terrifying.
And they capture that fear so well. Think about it. You're trapped on a plane with a bunch of strangers. You can't go outside because the sun will kill you. The tension is off the charts.
So it's a race against time.
Exactly. They're literally outrunning the sun, trying to stay one step ahead of the dawn. And as they do, you see these alliances forming, secrets unraveling, the best and worst of humanity bubbling to the surface.
It's like a pressure cooker of human drama.
It really makes you think about, what you would do in that situation. Would you trust the people around you? Could you make those tough decisions?
Would you even want to survive in a world like that? Those are some heavy questions.
For sure.
On perd un moteur, on est mort.
Où est-ce qu'on va? Into the Night.
Your next pick, To the Lake, takes the familiar zombie apocalypse and flips it on its head.
Oh, To the Lake. This one is all about relationships. It's not just about surviving the infected. It's about how those bonds, those families and friendships are tested when the world as they know it falls apart.
And it's not just some random group of survivors. We're talking a divorced couple trying to navigate co-parenting their son in the middle of a viral pandemic.
Oh, and did I mention they're stuck with a whole group of friends?
Each with their own baggage.
Yeah, talk about a recipe for disaster.
But what gets me about To the Lake is how they capture this contrast, right? You've got this stunning setting.
This beautiful lake.
A remote cabin. It's like the perfect image of escape.
Right, but then there's this virus closing in.
You can't escape reality forever no matter how far you run.
Exactly. And that's where the real drama unfolds.
It's those relationships put to the ultimate test, We see the best and worst of humanity on full display. Love, compassion, but also fear, betrayal.
You really get a sense of the rawness of it all. Those moments when people are pushed to their limits and you see what they're truly made of.
And sometimes it's not pretty.
Definitely not. But I think that's what makes To the Lake so compelling. It's a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable circumstances, human connection is what really matters.
So we've journeyed through a world without sight, outrun a deadly virus that spreads through rain, fought off alien invaders, faced a world without technology, and even braved a pandemic-stricken Russia.
Whoa, that's quite the watch list.
I know, right? So many great choices. But after diving deep into all these post-apocalyptic scenarios, what kind of world are you most drawn to explore? Are you ready to rebuild society from scratch?
Or maybe you're more interested in the psychological thriller aspect.
Whatever your post-apocalyptic flavor, we hope this deep dive has given you plenty to chew on. Let us know which show you choose and why. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, happy watching.